2 Kings chapter 11. Death of the heirs of Ahaziah of Judah. When Athaliah, the mother of Ahaziah, saw her son was dead, she began to kill off the whole royal family. But Jehosheba, daughter of king of Oram, and sister of Ahaziah, took Josiah, Ahaziah's son, and speared him away along with his nurse from the bedroom where the princes were about to be slain. It was concealed from Athaliah, and so he did not die. For 6 years he remained hidden with her in the house of the Lord, while Athaliah ruled as queen over the land. The death of Athaliah. But in the 7th year, Jehoiada summoned the captains of the Carians and the guards. He had them come to the house of the Lord, made a covenant with them, exacted an oath from them in the house of the Lord, then showed the king's son, them the king's son. He gave them these orders. This is what you must do. On the third, 1/3 of you who come on duty on the Sabbath shall guard the king's house. Another third shall be at the gate behind the guards. You shall guard the palace on all sides, while the two of your divisions who are going off duty that week shall keep guard over your house, over the house of the Lord for the king. You shall surround the king, each with drawn weapons, and anyone who tries to approach the guard detail is to be killed. Stay with the king wherever he goes. The captains did just as Jehoiada the priest commanded. Each took his troops, both those going on duty for the week and those going off duty for the week, and came to Jehoiada the priest. He gave the captain King David's spear and quivers, which were with the house of the Lord, and the guards with drawn weapons lined up from the southern to the northern limit of the enclosure surrounding the altar and temple of the kings on the king's behalf. Then Jehoiada brought out the king's son and put the crown and the testimony upon him. They proclaimed him king and anointed him, clapping their hands and shouting, "Long live the king!" When Athaliah heard the noise made by the people, she came before them in the house of the Lord. When she saw the king standing in the column, as was the custom, and the captains and trumpeters near the king, and all the people on the land rejoicing and blowing trumpets, Athaliah tore her garments and cried out, "Treason! Treason!" Then Jehoiada the priest instructed the captains and commanded the force, "Escort her with guard detail. If anyone follows her, let him die by the sword." For the priest had said, "She must not die in the house of the Lord." So they seized her. When she reached the horse gate of the king's house, she was put to death. Then Jehoiada made a covenant between the Lord and the king and the people, which they would be the Lord's people, another between the king and the people. Thereupon all the people of the land went to the temple of Baal and demolished it. They shattered its altars and images completely. They slew Mattan, the priest of Baal, before the altars. Jehoiada the priest appointed a detachment for the house of the Lord and took the captains out and the Carians, the guards, and all the people of the land. And they led the king down from the house of the Lord. They came through the guards' gate to the king's house, and Joash took his seat at the royal throne. All the people of the land rejoiced, and the city was quiet, now that Athaliah had been slain with the sword at the king's house.